If right now I buy a property for $1 million, I'll give you actually a really good example. I tell this story frequently because it's a kind of a higher end story, and then I'll tell you another like low end story. They're just really good examples for this stuff. Property, and I'll share my screen with you in just a second. 78 Maddox in Atlanta, Georgia. Have you ever heard this story?
Yeah, I remember this one.
Okay, so this is a good one because what I bought it for was $1 million, right? What's it worth today is 1.184, right? So what most people would even think is equity, but the reality is there's actually no equity on this deal.
How is that?
Because I'm so sorry, I'm gonna be really aggressive. You are uneducated as much as everybody else is as far as equity goes. And I'm gonna tell you what equity is. Here's what equity is. Equity, remember this, equity is what you have in your pocket after you sell the property. Remember that. Equity is what you have in your pocket after you sell the property. So if I owe $1 million on this house, which I don't, I owe $900,000. But let's say I owe $1 million and the house is worth $1.1 million. What most dummies think is that I have $100,000 in equity. No, you don't.
Yeah.
You do not have any equity in this house.
Yeah. Until it's sold.
That house is upside down. Homeowners think, oh, I got $100,000 in equity on $1 million. I owe $1 million. My house is worth $1.1 million. I have $100,000 in equity. Okay, well, now let's talk about this. What's the average cost to sell a property in the United States right now? The average cost. It's 11%. So if I sell that property for $1.1 million, the reality is how much equity do I actually have, right? 1,100,000. Let's do the math because I'm curious. $1,100,000 multiplied by 89%. That means I will receive $979,000 in my pocket for a property that I owe $1 million on. Guess what? I have negative $21,000 in equity.
Yeah.
All these realtors and all these people that think that's equity, that is not equity. That is what we call spread. The spread between what I owe and what Zillow or what it's worth is a spread. Equity is what I have in my pocket after I sell the property.